Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. We've got some big update for Medieval Dynasty. I've just woken up, it's 2 o'clock in the morning here. So been watching a couple of videos of other people just having a look at what's happening. So if we have a quick look, this is not going to be a word for word update. But yeah, you need to go into the public beta. So it's all written on Steam, just follow the instructions. Make sure you save the game before you do all this. Make sure you save a copy of your game files. And then, yeah, if you do everything right, you should be able to load up the game really easily and have no problems. Just have a look at a couple of things that's been added. It's quite a big update, this one. Okay, so we've got a new building, we've got a donkey shelter. Fast travel, there's a new feature on the map where you've got wagoneers and you can actually travel between the towns without actually riding, which is good, particularly in the early game. New items for toys for the kids, and also probably use the toys as decorations. So if you've got a baby or something, you might be able to throw some toys around the house. Yeah, you can give the gifts to the children. You can also change to your Heir now, which is also good. The apprentices, so 14 to 18-year-olds can now go and start working. I don't even know if they work or whether they're just there to gain experience over the time. There's a haircutting event when your son reaches 7. 4 new personalities. Family quests, so new quests just for the family. Also small talk, new greetings for players' families, so instead of calling you hey mister and all that sort of stuff, it would be hey dad, I'd say. 6 unique new quests to add to your village. Upgraded modules and non-residential buildings, so all the workshops and that have also had an upgrade. You can drink from the well, so you don't have to run down to the water all the time. You yourself can pick up feathers and eggs from the hen house and goose house. Also, you can collect the honey, and you can also get manure. So all of these things would be really handy, particularly in an early game. Also, there's a bit done to the HUD, so you can have a look at your unhappy villagers. Also, there's a new thing up on the top left that shows you all your assignments that you know, whether the workers are out of resources, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, that's about most of the really big updates, and a couple of sounds, that sort of stuff. Hair, sounds for gates, baby sounds. Also a lot of fixes. I went through most of these fixes. I haven't had too many of these problems or glitches. The only one that I did have was that my wife took my child. So this one here, if a player's wife leaves the village because of low affection, she may take the child with her or leave him with the father, depending on the child's affection. So that only just happened to me 2 days ago. So anyway, let's jump into the game and have a quick look at what's changed. Alright guys, so here we are, we're back in the game, and I've just loaded up the new update. So let's go around and have a quick look. Alright, so something's happening already. I've got new controls. Alright, okay, so it's a bit laggy at the moment, so maybe just when you first load into the game. So here I am at my jousting area, so it's just turned, it's just evening or dusk at the moment. See if I can get moving. Alright, so straight away I can look down on my wedding table and I can see that there's a problem. There's been some movement. So, but any time we have a new update, okay, everything can go a little bit awry for a little bit. But this is not being able to move is a big issue. anyway, I'll come back when this is fixed. Alright, so it just took a little bit of time. I think my computer was rendering in everything again. So yeah, my computer was whining and carrying on a bit. So everything still seems alright here. Still getting a little bit of lag with my direction at the moment. But I can see just by looking at my table, I can see that there's about 6 or 7 of the planks on one end have popped up. So not too bad. That's quite an easy fix. I might be able to just hit that down with the hammer. I'll pick up a couple of these things and then just knock everything down. But anytime you have these experimental buildings, because they're not part of the game, so you know they can be glitchy anyway. So you can get all that work done and then you just drop a piece of meat on it and you can watch it go like this, and then everything else starts to move and you can lose all your work in a really quick time. But so I put a lot of work into this one, but that looks quite good. So let's hope that my Viking ship is okay. So let's go have a look at that. So here we are, we're back in the next day. I had to sleep just to give my computer a bit of time to catch up. So I'm just going to quickly check everything. So that's alright, bathhouse is still fine. All my workers seem to be working. Well, they're not working yet, but they seem to be walking out, so let's go check the crypt. Fingers crossed. Alright, so this all seems intact. Nothing's moved there, which is good. And, shit. Alright, so that's all been moved, that's all destroyed. So there's another couple of hours fixing all this up. But all the spears and everything seem to be in place, so it mightn't take that long. So I'll just pick everything up and put everything back. I don't know if this is the update. I think it's straw, to be quite honest. I already destroyed this once when I was dropping down the straw. Too many, just one bit of straw starts moving and then everything moves and it pings around. But again, like I said, all these experimental buildings, or these experimental builds, yeah, they can be touchy. But yeah, I'll have to put all that back together. My graves seem alright. That one's moved. That one's moved a little bit. That one's fine. That one's moved as well. That's all gone. So I'll have to put all that back. That's all fallen over. So that's all fine. That's all good. That's all good. Alright, okay. So not too much damage except for this Viking ship. Just check this other one. Yeah, that's all good. A couple of them have fallen over. Yeah, not too bad. All this, the roof's moved a little bit. So I'll have to fix that roof. But on the whole, yeah, it's not too bad, but this happens every time we have an update. So let's have a look at our updates. So like I said, not too much has changed, but we do have a donkey building. So let's quickly build that and see what that looks like. I'll just build it up here just for so we can get a good look at it. So if we go in, we've got animals, we've got a new one, donkey shelter. Let's build it there maybe. Okay, so there we are, there's the donkey shelter, donkey stall. So yeah, it's pretty similar to the horse stable, just open. But yeah, it looks nice. And I would imagine that the donkeys are in here, so you should be able to get a better look at them. Okay, so that's our new building. And I wonder if we can upgrade that in any way. Okay, so there's no insulation on that, as obviously because there's no walls. Okay, so that's that one. Let's have a look on our management. Okay, so the other big thing that you can do now is you can turn your teenagers into apprentices. So it's from 14 to 17. So I loaded up a game a little bit earlier. I've already set some of them in. So you'll see that there is here. So there's Kanuta, she's 14. She's a stall holder apprentice now. So let's go over and see what she's doing. But everything else seems to be working fine. The farmers are going well there. Getting all my flax in. Okay, we can upgrade our work buildings now. So yeah, almost everything now. So all of this stuff can be upgraded with limestone. Okay, so where was Kanuta? Kanuta. Here she is. As you can see, so she just stands in front of here, so she's only a teenager, and she'll learn of the Samboja.
Are you well?
We'll have to
Have a nice day.
have a look at their stats, see whether they improve in their experience and stuff like that. A couple more. I put one on the water carrier. I don't have a water carrier at the moment, but she'll just stand there and gain experience, I would imagine. I still like to see in this game, so for instance, you know, some items go into the food storage, some go into the resource storage, you know, and like if the blacksmiths want the iron ore, the kids should be, you know, you should be physically seeing the kids go in there, pick up the ore, and then take it over and then stick it in their case. So you could have all the kids running around all over the village, taking each item to the particular production, which I think would be really cool. You know, like the kitchen's making the food, and then you have a kid who actually brings the food back here to the food storage. Also, you can't see it now because I'm in the way, but there's a couple of new icons on the top. Basically the same as what's happening here. Okay, so with our status, with our warnings, okay, whether the building needs something, whether it hasn't had an assigned job, whether it's not finished, whether there's no person. So at the moment I've got 30, 40 different things going on there. So it could be that the building's damaged. So all of that information that it was in the menu is now up here on the left. Also, if we have a look at our map, there's a couple of new icons on our map. So we've got a Wagoneer. Okay, so there's one at Branica, Tutki, Rolnica. Looks like there's one at every single village on the map except for Danica. Okay, so there's a Wagoneer. So let's go over and have a look at them. Okay, so just a small little feature. They've actually put some signage up for each village now. So you've got Gostovia. So I'd imagine on each entrance there's going to be a sign. The village itself still looks pretty similar. Maybe a couple of little details here and there that have changed. Maybe that all looks about the same. But yeah, apparently there's a couple of new quests. But yeah, the Wagoneers sit outside here. So here's the Wagoneer. Now they don't actually move, so they don't move from village to village. But yeah, they're all stationary, so we can say I need a ride, or where can I find? What about, have you heard anything? Your village, that's where someone needs your help. But if we want to go into I need a ride, we can actually go to the other side of the map without having to ride our horse. So we can go to a village that I never go to, Lesnica, but it's going to cost you 470 coin. So it's quite expensive, but if you do what I do, if you've got a lot of flax to sell, instead of wasting most of the day, you can just spend a couple of thousand to go around and visit every single place just to make you 13,000. So let's pick Lesnica and let's go. And you can just see that it changes screen, and then all of a sudden we are on the other side of the map. So we just went from Gostovia to Lesnica, and I don't think that took any time, but we'll have a look at that. Again, you can see there's a little sign here saying the village that you're going to. So what's the time now? So it's 1 o'clock. Okay, so let's go to Hornica and see what the time is when we get there. Let's go. So the time is now 1:06. Okay, so this is game time, this isn't actual time. But yeah, you know how long that would take to ride from Lesnica to Hornica. So yeah, now that we're here, particularly doing these quests, you know, particularly when you get like a quest and it's on the other side of the map, really handy, particularly early game. But yeah, so let's go home. I don't know, where's my nearest village? I suppose it'd be Danica. Let's go. Now we're at Danica and we're at 1:13, so that took a little bit longer for some reason. Maybe it's done on distance. But yeah, anyway, and we also have a herald, which I haven't seen in my game for a long time, and it looks like there's a lot more quests available too for some reason. But anyway, that's the main updates. Here we are at our signpost in Danica. So hopefully we will be able to build our own village name soon. And yeah, apart from the little bit of devastation to the stuff that I've been working on, actually looks pretty good. It all seems to have rendered in quite nicely. Nothing seemed to be amiss. A little bit glitchy at the beginning, just waiting for my computer to catch up, I think. I think that was the biggest thing that was happening at the time. But yeah, as you can see, it's good little update. And oh, I better just go check the animals. Alright, so yeah, all this can be updated. Sheep seem to be fine, not glitched out. Donkeys are still there. My goats are there. Pigs are there. I've got an apprentice there. So this apprentice also is their daughter or their son. So he's here working with mum. Little baby there. Come on guys, let him out. Alright, but yeah, everything seems to be in order and the way it should be, except for all these animals are stuck. Alright, so there's our new update. So I'm sure that over the next couple of games that we'll start finding different things that have changed in the game. Little items that we're all going to miss. But yeah, we'll find them eventually. But yeah, like I said, if you liked the video and you like the information, please leave a comment and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.